Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Little Reader's House. I'm the Little Reader, and you're in my house, and it is such an honor and privilege to have beautiful, glorious you here with me. My goodness, what a pleasure. Divine eye to divine eye. What is God doing? Have God looking at God's self all day long? If we've all got the divine in us, right? Then we're just the divine looking at the divine like, hey, I like your iteration. And then the divine looks back and is like, yeah, I like yours too. It's a lot of fun, this game, and I suppose that's why we're here. Let me get my faculties in a receptive state, and let's see what Spirit would like to bring to the fore today, darling. Sweet, sweet Spirit, tell us all. I have confidence in confidence alone. If you can tell me what that's from in the comments, I'll be very proud. Besides what you see, I have confidence in me. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Confidence. Spirit's saying, somebody. Okay, we're going to keep the karaoke get out of here songs. Someone's very musical who's watching, and I appreciate that. But somebody also, known as the collective of humanity, is ready and knows themselves as ready, meaning ready for the life that their heart is guiding them toward, ready for the relationship that their heart is guiding them toward, ready for the big move that their life is guiding them toward, ready for the child, ready for the creative project, ready for the release of their true identity, ready for the move and all that it entails. And there's one little issue, and Spirit's saying, I see you. I see you, collective. I see the readiness and then the lack of confidence to step into it. And what that lack of confidence is, Spirit is showing me. And by the way, can I show you my rock? Bumblebee Jasper. What it is, the lack of confidence, is still believing that you are in control. Still believing that you, beautiful soul, have something to do with magic. Still believing that it's you and your mind and your actions that create your life. And Spirit is saying, we love the enthusiasm and we love where your head is at. And we'd now like to let you know that we, as in Spirit, are in charge. And what you do divinely, let me rephrase, what you do when the divine has taken the wheel, Jesus, take the wheel. I'm telling you, someone's a singer. Yo, put the link to your channel down below so we can hear you sing. When you are in your most surrendered state, the actions that you take, kind of rhymey, are going to be the ones that you are thinking about the least. They are almost going to feel involuntary, uncontrollable, like you couldn't stop yourself. They're going to be the ones that unfold out of you like, okay, I was going to say something poetic, and Spirit's like, vomit. Thanks. But they are going to be the actions that unfold out of you in an uncontrollable fashion. So Spirit sees your readiness and is raising you 20, 100, 1,000 and saying, yes, allow it to occur, but stop thinking about it. What? Yes, allow yourself to align with the thing you're ready to do without thinking about it. I've heard this term, I, the little reader, have heard this term on the interwebs, moving towards your goal from the side, I believe it's called, or moving like in parallel with your goal, where you recognize that your goal is here and it exists and it's something that you are ready to do with your life and put your energy and attention toward, not because it's going to increase your worthiness or your specialness. We talked about that before, but because it's an act of love for yourself. That's where the readiness component comes from. And yet the advice isn't to attack it like so, nom, 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 and then make it your whole personality or become obsessive or become neurotic about all the ways in which you'll fail. Instead, when you move parallel or approach the goal from the side, you work on nurturing all of the skills that you have that relate to the goal. You work on loving all the parts of yourself that will be required when you're doing the thing. You work on, and when I say work, again, we got to see the intellectual little reader mind must insert the caveat to say, I don't mean effort of the forced variety. When I say work, I mean we bring loving attention to. So Spirit is saying this is very similar. It's like, yes, that is a very similar, almost identical concept. The thing that's missing in the move towards your goal in a parallel fashion instruction, Spirit says, is an awareness that you are not in control of the goal. You may write a book and it may not be a bestseller. You may also write a cheesemo throwaway stage play and it turns into a one-person show that goes on to become a best-selling, an award-winning, bingeable, streamable series on a streaming platform. Spirit's saying, and it's similar, we talked about this a little bit this week if you've been bopping along. If you haven't, that's okay. We'll start from scratcho. We think we know what the goals we have are going to turn us into when we achieve them, or what they're going to result in when we get there, how they're going to affect and change our life. We think we know. And some goals are easy to accomplish, and that's why we believe this. For example, I leave my hydro flask on the counter of my kitchen, which is downstairs. I have a goal of getting that hydro flask back. I know that when I fill it with water and drink it, I will be a more hydrated person. Right? Right. So I'll go down, I'll get the hydro flask, I'll fill it with water, and I'll take the hydro flask back up to my room, which is where we are now. Thanks for being here. And I'll drink it and I'll become a more hydrated person. And so we have built, based off of little premises like this, the idea that we can control these things. Yeah, because based on little premises like that, like I want to go to the market, I get into my car and I drive to the market. I accomplished the goal. I'm in control. Hello? It's obvious. But is it though? Is it? Spirit's saying, Spirit doesn't distinguish between events as filler events and phenomenal trajectory changing events. Spirit doesn't judge. There may be a little bit of distinguishing going on. Tell me. Tell us. What is it? So, It just so happens that it is in our human design, one might say, to want to grow and expand. It just so happens that's a fact because our consciousness is the consciousness of the divine, and that is what the divine is up to full time in all species, in all forms of life, and even in the inanimate. The idea is we're expanding here. So the way humans do this right now, at this juncture of space-time reality, is we set goals and we prepare ourselves. We get ready to accomplish and achieve said goals. But Spirit is saying, I see you, and I know it's not about the goal. The goal is a plastic label peeled off and taped to a box, and it's what we think the goal's gonna turn us into or turn our lives into. It's the expectation behind the goal. It's the attachment to the goal that requires an extra dose of love. I don't think that becoming a more hydrated person is going to make me a better person. So I don't have an issue going down and grabbing my hydro flask off the counter. I don't think that going to the market is going to make me better liked by anybody. So I have no issue going to the market. I do, however, have personal goals near and dear to the little reader heart that most certainly are attached to what I believe the outcome will be when I achieve those goals. They're going to better my life somehow, or better me somehow. Enhance. And Spirit says there's nothing wrong with this. Nothing. It's actually beautiful. It's actually all going lovely. It's part of the journey, darling. It's a juncture at human consciousness development that is working exactly as it is meant to work. And Spirit says, as you rise to the next juncture, effortlessly, in fact, because you're ready. You are ready. Release attachment completely. I just thought I could throw that in there. And maybe no one would notice, but that's what Spirit's saying, and it's a big ask for a human, just so you know. And of course, Spirit knows. But Spirit's saying, in your readiness to do the thing, to be the thing, to show us who beautiful you is, release attachment completely to the outcome. Let it go. Oh man, the singer is back. Let it go. Hey, drop the channel link. I'm telling you. Don't forget me when you're accepting the award. But yeah, in the releasing, now Madonna's coming through with Ecstatic Process, if you've heard that song. In the releasing of the attachment, at first there's an identity crisis, big. Well, if I release attachment to the goal, then who am I? What am I? What? And if that happens, if and when that happens, refer back to the video from this week discussing identity in our hearts, a hopeful identity based on the goals and what we can achieve. I'll link it down below. I got you. Then once the identity crisis is over, you'll know one of two things. You'll know whether the goal came from the head or the heart. Because when asked to release attachment to the outcome, Spirit says immediately, the truth is revealed. Was this a goal and dream of the mind? If so, if you're honest with your beautiful self, and I'm pulling my hair as I do this, you will no longer desire the goal. But if you release attachment to the outcome, and you still feel as ready and excited and fired up and aligned with whatever that thing is, then you know, beautiful soul, that it's coming directly from your heart. That is coming from your purpose, because your purpose is not invented by the mind. Your identity is. Only thing about that is the only identity that's real with you is that you're God. So if you're identifying any other way other than divine, we know that there's some mind interference, and that's okay. Again, part of the journey. Let's not just throw ourselves in the toilet and hit the flush button so soon. We get to enjoy identity. We get to enjoy curating a self. I'm wearing a green turtleneck with no sleeves. I'm enjoying the curation process, and I encourage you to do the same. Just know it's not your forever home. It's not where you're destined to live. Spirit says, do this with a smile on your face. It is not life or death, because the more you align with your heart and the more you align with the purpose, the more, again, like vomit, thanks Spirit, the more uncontrollable your excitement and readiness and movement toward your purpose will be. It will simply happen, and you'll be like, this is what's happening, and it's just happening. So it's inevitable. It's an inevitability. Smile then. Smile, knowing that your success is guaranteed. Your place in this universe is divine. Your role is being fulfilled as we speak. And whether you threw every goal away and have absolutely nothing left and are back to the drawing board looking at a blank canvas like, well then, once again, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Perfect. That's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And if you threw it all attachment to the outcome away and were like, okay, I'm going to write a book fully knowing that it is going to very possibly tank and never be seen by any other eyes than my own, that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Exactly what you're supposed to be doing if your heart still gets excited when you think about it. Of course, pause. The mind is always, if you contemplate that failure is an option, the mind is always going to be like, well, then let's just not waste our time. Let's play The Sims instead. Fair. But once you've played a little Sims and you've pivoted away to an escape, it'll be back on your mind. And that's when you'll know that you must go forth and pursue it, darling. Pursue it with everything you've got. For somebody who's watching, you are to be a singer. And it will be magnificent. You're ready. That's how we started this, and that's how we're ending it. You're ready. A siren goes off right as I say that. And I also almost threw the rock out of my hand. Movement is here and now, and I feel it flooding my bones. I'm actually going to go take myself on a... Ooh, wow, you see this excitement? I'm going to go take myself on a little walk because of the exuberance of this energy. Let me pass it to you. Put your hands out. Here you go. Have some exuberance. You're so worthy of it. You are on the right path, even if your mind has no idea what's going on right now and is more confused than it was when you started this video. Perfect. It's exactly where you're supposed to be. Allow the confusion, shine the loving light of awareness on it, and then direct that awareness to your heart and see where it's prompting you to go, because you're ready. You are ready. And the thing that you are ready to reveal, take the next step on, or start seriously positioning yourself toward, I don't know what that means, but you do. Allow yourself to do it, knowing that you are fully carried. And even in the very unlikely event that it's a complete flop, it will be a flop in the perfect direction. It will flop you exactly where you need it to land, to now understand how the flop is part of the masterpiece. Because your success is inevitable. You are love. You're the divine. How could God make a mistake? She can't. So, beautiful soul, that's where we're leaving it today. It's been an honor. I say this every time, but I'm facts over here. It is an honor. It is a privilege. It is the only thing I ever want to do in this moment, and I'm doing it. I couldn't be more grateful. I'm sending you all the love I've got. Massive, massive, massive amounts. And until we meet again, bye for now. And also, all that YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, share, comment. I love you. Bye.